It's Monday. Happy Monday, lovelies. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. I know you're out there. Just come on in. I might need to get out my magic mirror so I can see you. There's Corliss and Norma, Catherine, Vanessa, and 3 others are watching. Susan's there. I see Corliss. Hello, Corliss. Shauna's here. Catherine's here. Margot's here. There she is. Hi, Margot. I see you. I see Joni. There's Norma. Hello, Norma. Norma always shares, by the way. She cares. It is Motivational Monday. Arla's in the house. Sue's in the house. I saw you guys on Saturday. Who was here that was there Saturday? Who came Saturday for Full Bloom and Living Color? Hello, Dawn. Hello, Helen. Oh, what a day. It was so good. I spent the whole day Saturday in my pajamas. That was my day off, girlfriends. Hi, Julie. I see a whole bunch of people walking in. Thanks so much for joining me. Sonia's in the house. There's Arla. Hello. She's bringing the flowers. Hi, Jill. I see you. I see you, Sue. There's Donna. She just walked in. Man, look at all you guys walking in here. Beverly's in the house. Look at Emily's here too. Yay. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Teresa. Hello. And Rhonda. Look at all you lovelies just trampling in. There's Amber. Amber's wonderful. Our customer service rep. And Jenny's here too. It's good to see her. And there's Dawn. Yay. Yes, you were, Deborah. What did you think? Hi, Lynn. We had a lot of people saying, yay, I loved it. It was so good. I'm so glad, Julie. She said it was fantastic. Oh, Jennifer couldn't watch, but she's going to watch the replay. Sandy said it was great. I've been getting things done today. Norma said it was awesome. Yay. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Emily. She worked Saturday, but she's going to come look at it. There's Alice. I haven't seen you in a long time, Alice. Well, come on in. Let's do this. It's Monday. Who wants to get started off with a really great week? And then is there anybody in here who maybe has a bad habit of complaining? We're going to talk it up. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about what this all means. We got a couple of new things for you. Yay! Oh, Emily, I'm drinking to you. Here you go. Yes, you can still purchase it. You can still go to savingdinner.com/bloom and get it. Of course. All of our stuff is recorded, and you have an opportunity to come back and revisit, which I think is a terrific idea because it doesn't always work out for everyone's schedule, but everyone has the opportunity to go in there and do it. What do you think of that idea? I think that's a really good idea. So we have a quote of the week, y'all. Are you ready to buckle down and to have your minds blown? Because we're going to talk about that today. This is our Motivational Monday. Here you go. You don't get to complain about your situation if you're not doing anything about it. You see that? You like my bombs away thing? You don't get to complain about anything if you're not doing anything about it, because if you're complaining, all you're doing is shrinking your brain. You know that? The science is very, and it shows that we shrink our hippocampus, that's the memory holder, by 10% by being a constant whiner and complainer. Our body chemistry is always working either on our behalf or against it. I think that should really make everybody just drop everything and say that's enough of that. We don't get to complain about things if we're not fixing it. We can come back and say, hey, I'm doing this. I'm having a little bit of a difficulty. Can you help me with this? Or give me some insight or whatever. When we complain and we go to the place of really complaining and really breaking it down and just letting it go, not only are we shrinking our brain, but we're putting all of our energy onto the wrong thing. Again, we're going to unpack all of that because it's absolutely critical. Also this week, we, of course, we had full bloom, and Marla and I were recovering all day on Sunday. We're back in the saddle today, but I want to remind you that we have a holiday cruise. We're calling it a holiday cruise, but we have a holiday virtual conference coming on Saturday, October 10th. Now, if you can't be there, it's okay. You should still sign up, get your seat so that you can go back and watch it whenever you want to watch it. If you can be there, all the better. Here's the thing you need to be looking at, and here's the thing that is going to move the needle. Having your holidays ready, done, put away, and it's just, simple, is going to change everything. If you've ever had a meltdown on Christmas Eve, if you've ever had a meltdown during the holiday season and just thought, it's too hard, it's too much, it's too complex, I get it. I've done it. This holiday season is not going to be like that, not on our watch. So go to save.com/cruise, like you're going to cruise through the holidays, because you are. That's our promise. We're going to show you how to do it in a way that gives you all the tools necessary. And not only that, but the swag bag is going to support you as well. That swag bag has all the goodies in it that you're ever going to need to make homemade gifts, a cookie exchange, gifts in a jar, all kinds of stuff, even mailing gifts. This is going to be fun stuff, and you're going to love the swag bag. I'm not kidding you. We got some really good stuff in there. So that said, don't forget, we always have Q&A. That is on Friday. And if you have a question for me about anything, pretty much anything, my strong suggestion is that you get it in now. Send it into support@savingdinner.com, and in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. It could be a nutrition question. It could be a cooking question. It can be a whatever question. I'll answer it. Just do it. Tonight is a webinar. Yay! This is how to sprint so that you can crush the sprint, so that you have the sprint on autopilot. Because you know what? When we're learning something new, it really helps to feel comfortable with it. And it also helps you to understand why you're doing something. Amen? So that's tonight. Go to support@savingdinner.com. Wait, sorry. What am I doing? I'm sending you the email address. Go to savingdinner.com/burn to sign up for it. To sign up. When you sign up, you're going to get a link that's going to give you a seat, and you can watch it at your leisure. You can watch it today. You can show up live for it. You can watch the replay. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. You have to go to savingdinner.com/burn. It's free, but you do have to get a seat. That's just the way they work, so that they know you're there. You can't just show up. If you are going to take advantage of our supplement of the week, which I strongly suggest you do, you are going to get it. We had changed it today. We had to change it. You guys sold out. We sold out of our Leptofix over the weekend. So we changed it today. We usually change it on Wednesdays, but you know what? We have a ton of. You're going to love this. Just Juice Veggies. You guys, if you've got kids or you've got people in your house that just won't eat vegetables, one scoop is 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables. It's fantastic stuff. I highly recommend it. I take it every day in my smoothies, and we have people all over. Put 3 in your cart, 3 of these in your cart. The 4th one will be sent to you free. That's it. And then when you're checking out, you'll see a little promo window. Put ships free in the promo window, and we will pay for the shipping as well. Screaming deal. Take advantage of it. This is what you want. And this supplement of the week will last as long as we have it. And I'll tell you, we almost always sell out of our supplement of the week. Obviously, we just did, and we did it earlier today. So take advantage of it. Just Juice Veggies. Put 3 in your cart. We'll put the 4th one in for you. And if you write ships free in the promo window, it will also ship free. I mean, that's a deal, guys. This is the thing that I say. If it's a deal, I'm on it. If it's a screaming deal and you need to stock up, I'll do it. But that's the way you do it so that you save the money, right? I just don't pay retail. And if you have $200 in your cart, you're going to get the Pinkies Up cup. Isn't it the cutest? Baby poop green. We love it. That's our Pinky's Up cup. You can get one. All right, so today, by the way, I've got a new thing for you today. And I had last, I think it was Friday, I double dog dared you to try something new. And it was the sardines. These are Wild Planet sardines. I think they're wonderful and delicious. This is going to be my lunch today, by the way. And I think it was Sarah Preston who went in there, and she did it. I couldn't believe it. She made herself a salad with some sardines on it, and she said, you know what, they were good. She got the Wild Planet ones. This is where I get them. I get my Wild Planet ones from, you can get them at Costco. They have them. Big thing. Mark was like, why do you need so many darn sardines? Because I want them. When I want them, I want them. That's how it works. I'm going to open the window. It's just suddenly warmed up. You know, I'm sitting here all bundled up, and now we've got sun and we've got in the 60s. It's fantastic. But yes, Mary Ann's absolutely right. The Wild Planet ones are the best. They taste better, and they're also in extra virgin olive oil. Always check your source of oil. If it's in soy oil or cottonseed oil or vegetable oil or whatever, those are not good. We need to make sure that they're in good oil or packed in water. Packed in water. Okay, you ready for the next thing? This is Colima sea salt. This is wonderful sea salt. There's no plastics in it or anything. It's all been tested. They make their own salt. This is my friend's Eva Jane's Kitchen. I love these guys. They're just fantastic. I use their seasoned blends. We have recommended them forever and ever, amen. So this week, I am going to be sending, well, maybe a couple of times a week, I don't know. I've got other little goodies here. But you know what? We need more shares. That's all there is to it. And I reward activity. I reward action takers. You share the most, you will get this sea salt sent to you absolutely free, as long as you live in the United States, okay? I'm gonna be sending the sea salt this week to the biggest sharer. You need to share publicly so we can see it. So when you have an opportunity to share public, and then boom shakalaka, there it goes. Say something about it, we'll see it, and you might be the owner of this sea salt. It is incredible salt, by the way. You know, not all salt is created created equally. This is good stuff. I love this salt, and I have a bag of it that I want to share with you. So make sure you share, and I will let you know in the next few days who is the biggest sharer. You know, and you can also say, hey, I shared your email about today's webinar. Tell me that. We'll take a look at that too. Just send me an email. Let me know. I want people who are, you know what? We're trying to build our community because our community is so amazing. And you know, we want more people in. We want to get people off the carousel of crazy and onto living a vibrant life. That's it. Opting out of the diet culture, opting out of all the crap that's out there, opting out and not doing yet another program. Instead, we want to take you alongside and help you to grow to be the vibrant woman you want to be. How simple is that? I think it's fantastic. So today we're kind of gonna just jump off of what our quote of the week is about complaining. Because if you're not doing anything and you're complaining, you're just really wasting a whole heck of a lot of energy. Isn't that insane? But it happens all the time. Do you want to be that woman? I don't think so. So if you see it and think, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about all the time that I've complained or how much complaining I do or whatever. Complaining is a habit. It's like smoking. It's an incessant habit. Until you see it, until you start to look at it, you don't realize that you're doing it. And I want to bring you to this place of, first of all, recognizing your own complaining. We all complain sometimes, but do we complain as a habit? Do we complain as a lifestyle? Do we complain about things that we're not doing anything about? Do we just complain and say that things are too hard, too difficult, that you don't have time, or whatever the litany of reasons and rationales and lies are? We do that. We learn it. You know, was your mom a complainer? Was your mom a hand wringer? Oh, I had one like that. She was like that. And I recognized my own complaining in light of what I grew up with. And it doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't serve anyone. And especially when you start to go down every jot and tittle, every line item, you know, as if you're listing out things, itemized things on your tax return. That's how we complain. Well, first of all, I wake up in the morning and wouldn't you know it, X, Y, and Z happened. And then I go into the kitchen and I'm going to make some coffee. And wouldn't you know it, the coffee maker isn't working. I'm telling you, my husband never picks up his socks because I tripped on them on the way out. Yada, 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 yada. You could fill up an entire 20 minutes with complaining about how awful your life is. And what we know, Jamma, too, Jamma says my mom is a perfectionist. I believe that out of perfectionism is where all the complaining comes from. Because unless it's perfect, there's something to whine about. Unless it's all absolutely down the line the way it's supposed to be, then there's a complaint. My mother, and I told you, I mean, I love my mother to death. I mean, she was just an amazing woman. But for her, if everything wasn't in a row, there was a complete disconnect. Everything was crazy. Everything was insane. Everything was like, oh, it's the worst thing in the world. If we're driving to an appointment to her, you know, when she was living with me, and I was taking her to doctor's appointments, seemed like, you know, a couple of times a week. You know how it is when you're taking care of an elderly parent. And if there was traffic, oh, she was undone. That just put her over the edge. I mean, I am surprised she lived to be in her 80s for as much complaining, for as much worrying, for as much whining and hand-wringing that she did. It was a lifestyle for her. And I had to sometimes hold her hands and have her breathe as she got older, as she got sicker, because she had COPD and she was on a lot of medication and stuff, to not have an anxiety attack. And she couldn't breathe that well anyway. I had to hold her hands. And I started her on meditating at 81 years old, you know, and I had her every single day do it, and it made such a difference. But meditation helps to slow all of the systems down. It does. And it helps to bring you back to center. And it helps to get your breath aligned with what it is that you really want. Because truly, nobody really wants to listen to them, even themselves complain, right? So that's the first thing that we need to do, is that we need to understand that there is a better way, and it's not complaining. There's always a better way. Help. Complaining is never going to do you any favors. Complaining is not going to get you to the place that you want to get. It's going to hold you back because you're wasting time on that instead of refocusing and focusing on the things that you actually do want. It's okay to say, you know what, this traffic's a little wonky, it's driving me crazy, and we're done. But if you're going to sit there and hand wring and talk endlessly about the traffic, this is ridiculous, I can't believe it, why are they doing this road work, I can't believe it, getting on the phone and then going and talking to someone about it. You just, not only are you taking yourself down, you're taking down everybody who is in your, you know, in your sphere. And it's bad junk. It's low vibe. We want to live it up. We want to elevate our lives. We want to live on a different plane. We want to live on a plane where we can say, yeah, this is going on, but here I am expanding and focusing on those things over here that I want. When our vision shifts to not just focus on the problem, but to focus on the solution, everything expands, everything changes, our focus changes, the vision for our lives change, we change. We become way better versions of ourselves. So what happens? So what do we want to do here? So how does this whole thing work? Well, first things first, what are you going to do about it? Are you a complainer? Have you all of a sudden stopped yourself in the middle of a complaint and go, oh, this again? If that's you and you see yourself in this and you think, oh, I'm complaining, you gotta catch yourself. And you got to recognize that this is part of a bad habit. It's like smoking, or it's like losing, constantly losing your keys because you never put them in the same place. It's a bad habit. That's all it is. And it's easy to get rid of when you recognize it. So recognize, catch yourself, and just say, you know what? I'm going to pull back and I'm not going to do this anymore. That's number one. And number two is, when something is happening, give yourself a little space, a little margin to just say, oh, this is frustrating, or oh, I don't like this, even just to yourself. Just give yourself a minute, just a minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. But the litany of complaints needs to stop. It doesn't mean that you just have to look at it and, bite on a piece of wood and just pray and take a shot of whiskey. No, it just means to recognize it and say something about it, and just say, yeah, I'm not loving this, and let it go, and let it go. But I'm not loving this, but you know what? I've got work to do. I've got these things to do. I have my work ahead of me. That's the stuff that counts. Those are the big things that are on you, in your favor. Those are the things that are going to work on your behalf, the things that you're looking at that you do have control over. Because what is a complaint? A complaint basically is an airing out of some kind of a grievance of something that you don't have control over. That's just the way it is. If you don't have control over something, then you gotta let it go. That's it. You can't control the uncontrollable. That's number 2. 3, be very specific about what it is that you're complaining about. Be very specific. Just say, if maybe, and let's just use the traffic as an example, maybe they should be doing this stuff at night. Yeah, maybe they should. Maybe we should find a different way. Yeah, maybe. That's another idea. That's another alternative. But look for other alternatives instead of that. And be very specific about the one thing that's bothering you. It can't be the entire universe. It's one thing that's bothering you. And just air that quickly, out loud. You don't have to make a phone call, by the way. You say it out loud. Just say, yeah, this traffic's getting on my last nerve. Okay, now what are you going to do? Go around. Go around. Find a new way. Remember what I told you about Diana Nyad? She swam across from Cuba to Florida. You remember? Diana Nyad, she's tried it 3 times. Her fourth time, at age 64, was the charm. And she did it with all the obstacles, with all the things. She had a lot to complain about. Listen, jellyfish stinging you? That's the thing. But she did it anyway. Did she complain about it? Heck no. She found a way. And that's what I'm saying to you. Find a way beyond and aside from the complaint. Because when we spend our time complaining, we're putting our energy in the wrong things. We need to put our energy into the things we want, not the things we don't want. That's write downable, by the way. When you find yourself in that, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't control the traffic. You can't control the construction. You can't control what somebody says. You can't control fill in the blank. And you're complaining about it. That is when you can shift the entire way that you look at things and say, you know what? That I can't control. This I can. And the vision that I have for myself is a life of vibrancy, a life of enjoying every last bit, of sucking up all the juicy details and being present with my family, being present with my spouse, enjoying my life. You cannot simultaneously enjoy your life and complain about it at the same time, by the way. Pitiful or powerful? Which one do you want? Pitiful is complaining all the time. Pitiful's lowbrow. Pitiful's low energy. Pitiful and complaining and all, they all belong in the same place. Life isn't perfect. Going on a trip isn't perfect. There's going to be bumps along the way. Plan on it. Plan on it. And here's the thing, that when you understand this and something comes your way, you're easier to get along with. People who are easier to get along with, like that poor hotel attendant, you know, that makes a big difference, doesn't it? Because now all of a sudden you've become an ally. Yeah, I know this is really difficult. You don't have my room ready? I get it. Well, you know what? I know that you're working on my behalf to make that happen for me. And you know I'm exhausted from all my trouble. And you know that I know you're going to take care of it for me. And I appreciate it. And use their name. Call them. Just say, hey, Jim, thank you. Thank you for taking care of this issue. Thank you for your kind attention to taking care of this for me. I'm not going to sit here and complain. I'm not going to sit here and give you a bad time. Do this to grocery store clerks. Do this with your pharmacist. Do this with people around you. Practice being a beautiful human being. This is how we give each other the benefit of the doubt. This is the grace and the empathy that we need to show for each other. This is how we get away from being complainers and whiners, because no one wants to be around them. No one. Take action then. That's your action right there. Your action is to be positive. Your action is to bring people alongside. Your action is to be a beautiful human being, not that person, not that, what do they call them, Karens now? I don't know, which I feel sorry for any woman named Karen. We don't need to be that way. We don't. We have at every opportunity. Do you realize this? And think about it this way. Every single time you come across this obstacle or this bump in the road or whatever, you're being tested. Are you going to be a beautiful human being, or are you going to be just an awful complainer? You know? Are you going to whine your way into... Think about it. Whiners even sound like they're doing it through their nose. I want you to be a beautiful human being. I want you to recognize every single time you come across something like this, it's a test. Are you going to be a beautiful human being? Or are you going to cause misery, to take your misery out from inside of you and just throw it all up all over everyone? Is that what you want to do? I don't think so. You're more than that. You're worthy. You're worthy of being better than that. If you decide to step up, if you decide that you're going to have a level of life that's up here instead of way down here, we could be beautiful human beings and spread the love around. You know, be a reflection of God's love instead of an aversion to God's love. Establish new habits. A lot of times these things happen. Have you ever seen this? What happens? The reason why you're complaining about being stuck in traffic is because you left at the very last minute. You didn't give yourself any grace period, you know? Or if you did, and you did your very best, you're not recognizing it. So here's my thought. How about leaving 10 minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier, and then having that time when you get there early to meditate? About taking that time and just being very grateful and thankful that you got there on time and that you've got a minute to listen to a book, do something constructive. Think about it. We can redeem our time at any time, but when we get upset because everything didn't go perfectly, because there was some road construction and we're complaining all the way there, by the time we get to that doctor's office or wherever it is that we're going to be, you know, blah, all over everyone. And again, just think about it. Your words can edify or your words can destroy. And as you're destroying and tearing down your own character, you're taking people who are within earshot with you. That's not attractive. It's not a beautiful it's not a reflection of a beautiful human being. You have this opportunity at any time to be that human. Step up. Be her. And the last thing is, I'm going to take you to a place of something that I do on a daily basis that I believe helps, and that's meditation. Meditation brings you to center. Meditation brings you to the place of where your beauty really lies. Because inside of you is a great big empathetic, loving human. And you get to cultivate that when you just calm your little self down. And we get to do that when we're meditating. And we get to do that when we're having 8 million thoughts and we're going all over the place and trying to get so many things done. Get yourself centered first. Get yourself centered first. You deserve that time. 15 minutes every day. 15 minutes. And determine that today I'm going to go out and create beauty in my life. Today I'm going to go out and I'm going to create beauty and I'm going to bless others. Today I'm going to let my little light shine. Remember that one? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You can't let your light shine if your mouth is throwing down all kinds of hideousness that nobody wants to hear. That's what you need to be looking at. At any point, you can become a beautiful human being and you can bless the heck out of all of those who are within your world, within earshot, whether you're doing the grocery shopping or going to the pharmacist or you're on a passenger in a car, the driver in a car, however it is, you can show up as a beautiful human being with all the things that you're doing. That's it. That's it. Simply by not complaining, simply by not having action that says, I'm a jerk, you know, dodging in and out of traffic, flipping off drivers. You know, it's just incredible. Have you ever been in a place where, you know, you've had somebody flipping you off and then all of a sudden you get to the stop sign and they just pull up right next to you? I look over at them and they feel this big. Yeah, big man, big woman, you know, whatever. Unnecessary. We need to be the light in this world. There's enough darkness. There's plenty of darkness. And complaining just takes us down that bad, wrong path. And it doesn't make us feel any better. We think we need to vent. You know, we don't need to vent. You know what we need to do? We need to be bringing ourselves to center, thanking God for what we have and asking, how can we be a blessing in this life? How can we let our words edify? Your words edify. You can complain or you can edify someone else. Think about that. That's a good word right there. No more complaining. It's just, it does nothing. It does nothing. However, you have the ability at the tip of your fingers to flip the whole thing. And I'm going to just take you to a place right now and ask you to do this. Will you today, when you want to complain, instead flip it, flip the script, flip your thoughts, and write down something wonderful about someone? Use your journal. The gratitude journal. I mean, how powerful is that? Have gratitude for the things that you have. Your gratitude will shine and outshine all of that complaining. And you have the ability at any point to take your focus and put it on that. You got that? I think it's so good. It's so good. All right, that's what we have for you today. Thank you so much for showing up. And don't forget, my sharers that I see who share publicly, somebody's going to get a little sea salt in the mail. You're going to love this salt. It's like thebomb.com. I'll be looking to see who has shared this publicly and is bringing people in. Bring them on in. We need more people in here. There's a lot of people out there we need to help. So Patsy's right, flip the script. We can do it at any time. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be going into the weeds about what the Hot Melt Sprint is about and how to really crush it. I mean, shortcuts, hacks, you name it. I got all the stuff there. I'm going to show you how to get through it. Smart. It's a short presentation, obviously free. Go to SaveMeDinner.com/burn. I want you there. Thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for sharing this video, and thanks for always coming here to listen, to learn, and to become a better you. We're all in this together. That's how it works. Peace be with you. Love you guys. Bye.